So welcome everyone. We're going to start in a seated position. I'm going to sit up tall. I'm just going to roll the shoulders a little bit. So just start with our breath. We're going to take a deep breath in. Just give the shoulders a nice roll. And then as you exhale, just really let the body relax. You can close your eyes if you want to focus on your breathing. And we really want to focus on, as we inhale, we're expanding the rib cage out to the sides, and as we exhale, we're bringing the ribs back closer together. So you can roll the other way if you want to as well, just to get those shoulders really nice and relaxed. And then we want to just find a nice centered point. So shoulders are down and relaxed. We're slightly pulled back, but not too far. So we're open through our chest. You can keep your hands placed on your knees if you want to. But we're just going to start with some pelvic tilts as well. So as we inhale, what we want to do is try and bring our pubic bone to our belly button, and we're sinking back. So we're trying to use our abdominals to pull that pubic bone up. And then as we exhale, we're sitting up tall, and we want to arch our lower back. So I'm going to face the side for you guys as we do this. So as we inhale, we're tucking that tailbone, slightly leaning back, but we're pulling that pubic bone up to our belly button. And then as we exhale, tilting back. So we're just moving through both points. Looks like I'm going to have a helper today.
Yeah, I will help you.
You will help me. All right, so we want to find halfway between those 2 points. So we're in a nice neutral position. Our spine is nice and long. And then from here, we're going to start to do our pelvic floor activation. So up nice and tall, pelvis is neutral. And all I want you to do, doesn't matter whether you breathe in or breathe out, your pelvic floor should be able to activate either way. But I want you to start to draw your pelvic floor in and up. So it's as if you're trying to stop yourself from going to the toilet, but you want to feel it lift, and then you want to feel it relax. So your pelvic floor looks like this, for those that may not know. That's your pubic bone, that's your tailbone, and they're the sides of your hips. So what we're trying to do is trying to get the feeling of drawing your hip bones almost together. They're not going to move, but we're drawing the hip bones together and lifting. And we want to feel it relax every time. And that way we know that it's working. So then just relax that pelvic floor, and we're just going to come into a side bend. So as we inhale, we're just going to reach over. And then as we exhale, we're going to just change sides. So just move from side to side. Inhaling to go over, exhaling to go across. If you're feeling quite stiff today and you want to hold it for a breath, hold it for a breath, and then release. So it's up to you and your mobility as to how you go. So just really reach across, release, go to the other side, and release. One more to each side. So remember, if you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. You can mute yourself, and if you have any injuries or questions as we go, feel free to drop it in the chat box. So just coming up, we're just going to turn to our left, and you're going to place your hands in front and walk yourself forward. So just walk yourself forward as far as you can, and we're just going to hold here for a stretch. So just reaching forward. He's making the sound effects for me. That's how I feel, but he's actually making the sound effects. So go as far forward as you can. Obviously, my mobility is a little bit restricted still. I'm a little bit stiff still, so I'm just working on that. So one more deep breath here. And then we're going to come back to the center and change sides. So to the right, hands just walking out as far as you can. Trying to keep your hip bones on the floor. So try and keep your hip bones on the mat. Try not to let one hip lift. We're just trying to keep it, both hips nice and neutral as well. So just breathing, feeling a stretch. If you're not feeling a stretch, walk out a little further. Everybody's flexibility is different, so your range of movement will be different to mine. So just go where you feel the stretch, but you're still able to maintain that breathing. One more deep breath in. And then relax. And then we're just going to come to the middle and we're going to walk out to the middle. If it's not the baby, it's the toddler. So just reaching as far forward as you can. Taking that deep breath in, deep breath out. Tuck your chin as well. Providing a nice leaning post there, champ. Deep breath in. And then relax, coming back up. So we want that neutral spine. We're going to stay in a seated position, but we're going to have our knees bent, feet flat on the floor and sitting up nice and tall. So this one might get a little bitey through the hip flexors. Take a break if you need to, you know, just stretch your legs out whenever you need to. I'm sure I will need to. You can have your hands underneath your knees, or you can have arms out in front. But we're taking a deep breath in. As we inhale, I want you to round your spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to sink back, relax the shoulders. So try and pull the shoulder blades back. Hold here for a breath in. And then exhale, sitting back up and then sitting back up nice and tall. So again, we inhale, draw that pubic bone into your belly button, round your spine. Exhale to sit back, relax the shoulders, pull the shoulder blades back. Deep breath in, exhale, sitting up nice and tall. So this is level one. We'll do one more here. Sitting back. Coming back up. So level two here, we're going to come to one leg lift, or actually we're going to go two leg lift. So we're going to rock back. As we inhale, it's going to hurt my hip. It stays there. As we come back, we're lifting one leg. Exhale, lift the second leg. Inhale to hold. And then exhale, feet down, sit up nice and tall. So again, deep breath in. We round the spine. Exhale, we rock back. Inhaling, one leg lift. Exhale, second leg lift. Inhale to hold. Exhale, feet down, sitting up tall. We're going to go for two more here. And obviously, if we're postnatal, if we're keep going as we go. If you have any injuries, if it's too much on your pelvic floor, stay with level one. Don't go level two. So it's up to you on where you go from here. Making sure that if you do feel pressure on your pelvic floor when you do that second leg lift, you want to try and engage it. So you want to try and lift and hold your pelvic floor up as we go, and then coming up nice and tall. So let's just take the feet out in front and just reach for your toes. If you need to bend your knees, yeah, I know, but I need to reach my toes. If you need to bend your knees to reach your toes and then walk your feet out, you can. But round your spine and just take a couple of deep breaths in here. Can you touch your toes? Yeah. You're amazing. Oh, you're incredible. Mummy's having trouble. Yeah. And then from here, we're going to come into a saw. So feet a little bit wider than your mat. Again, sitting up tall. Arms out to the side. Deep breath in, and we're going to turn to the side. And as we exhale, you can take the hand behind and reach towards your toes. Then we inhale, coming back up tall. No, we're not done. Exhale, turn and reach. And then back up tall. Inhale. Because as we rotate, what we want to do is we want to create space between our vertebrae, which is why we want to sit up nice and tall. So we create that space so that when we turn, we're not grinding vertebrae on vertebrae. We have the space between the discs to do it. As we keep going, you should be able to get a little bit further as we become a little bit more flexible. One more to each side. And then we're going to come onto our hands and knees. So we want our hands directly under our shoulders and our knees directly under our hips and our toes just tucked under. We're just going to start with a little cat-cow just so we can get some spinal movement and get into the right alignment. So shoulders down away from ears. As we inhale, we want to tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis, round the spine. And then as we exhale, we're coming through our neutral. We're going to arch our lower back, relax our shoulders, and look up. So inhaling again, and we want to use our abdominals to tuck the pelvis under. And just move at a pace that's comfortable for you, but feel the vertebrae, like really feel the spine as we go. If we're really stiff, we might, need to take it a little extra slow and really focus vertebrae by vertebrae as we round.
And
Are you right? The Pilates wasn't hard enough, right?
what is this?
All right, come to
Sunday?
neutral. So you want a nice flat back.
Daddy, jump.
I'm not jumping. A nice flat back. So neutral pelvis. Hands directly under shoulders, knees are directly under hips, and we're going to go with an opposite arm, opposite leg extension. So as we exhale, I want you to put your weight into your right hand and your left knee, and you're going to extend the left arm and the right leg. And then inhale to come and replace. So we don't want to rock from side to side. You need to hop off, please. We don't want to rock from side to side. We want to, that's not helping me. We want to make sure that we keep centered. And we don't want to be lifting that opposite hip up as you just saw me do. We're keeping the hips neutral to the floor, square to the floor. And as we exhale, opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching forward. And we're feeling our core switch on as we do that. So what we've got across the bottom of our belly is our transverse abdominis. So that's kind of our control center. You need to hop off me, please. Can you just copy me? Can you copy me? That'll help me. Copy mummy. And then reaching. So balance is huge. We're going to really hold strong. What I want you to do is we're going to extend right arm, left leg. Hop off me. Hop off me, please. Yeah, and I want to cuddle so bad, but we're not. So we're going to hold. I want you to breathe, find balance here, hold, and I want you to squeeze your glute as well. So really squeezing that butt muscle, trying not to arch that lower back, and really holding strong, lifting up through our transverse abdominis. Couple more breaths here. And then we're going to take it into an elbow knee touch. Careful, please. Careful, because you're going to fall off. So as we inhale, we're going to bring elbow to knee, rounding the spine. And then as we exhale, we're extending same side back out. So we're inhaling, opposite arm to opposite elbow to opposite knee. Stop, please. Cuddle me from the front, please. And then extending. So we're thinking about length here. We're thinking about lengthening all the way from the fingertips to the toes and trying to keep that lower back really nice and flat. So we're thinking about length, hips are parallel to the floor. We're strong through that core, inhaling, rounding, exhale, extending. And as we round, think about using those abdominals to draw that pubic bone in and then release back to neutral. Please move away. Please move away. We're going to do one more. And then you're just going to come back, relax, move. Relax into child's pose. So take the knees a little bit wide, arms out in front, and relax head to the floor. Just take a minute to just enjoy the stretch. Take some really deep breaths. And then we're going to come back to the same position. So hands directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. This time we're going left arm, right leg. Make sure we've got that neutral spine. So I don't know if you want to turn your camera on so you can see your reflection. Then you can, or do this in front of a mirror so that you can really see that you've got that good positioning. So we're going to exhale and extend, and we're going to hold here. So hips parallel to the floor. We're really squeezing through that glute, holding. If you're on the floor and you need some cushion under your knees, because sometimes the hardwood floors really hurt the knees, holding strong, lengthening, really thinking about length between fingertips and toes. Couple more breaths, holding strong, lifting through our transverse, so that very bottom part of our belly, cross our hips. We're going to inhale to bring elbow to knee, exhale, extending out. So inhale, elbow to knee, exhale, extend out. Obviously, if your mobility is not that great, you can do hand to knee, forearm to knee. It doesn't have to be elbow, but we're aiming for that elbow. So remember, as we extend, try not to let that belly sink. Keep up nice and tall. Really curl through the spine and really drawing pubic bone up with our abdominals. You want to feel that movement. Feel it all coming together. Feel the abdominals really pulling nice and tight. Good workout for my Wednesday. And it's good balance, this one as well. So if your balance is a little off, great one to do. We're going to do 2 more here. If you can. If you need to take a break at any point, like if you fatigue before the set is finished and you need to take a break, come back to child's pose. So come into child's pose anyway, extending out in front, relax the head, and just take a couple of deep breaths here. So you're really feeling that lower back release. We're feeling the hips relax. Taking those deep breaths. And if you're really tight through your upper spine as well, you'll be feeling this in that area too. And if you have a toddler running around, they can help you. You're going to fall over. So please hop off. Yeah, because you're going to fall, because I need to get up now. What I want you to do is, if you have something close, if you have a pillow close, grab it. If not, it's okay. But if you have a pillow, what we're going to do is come onto our side.
I need a pillow too.
You need a pillow too? Well, you can get a pillow off the couch. We're going to bring our knees to 90 degrees out in front. So 90 degrees, hip and knee. Okay, you lie down. You find space. The pillow is for under our head, just to support. So have the head resting on the pillow, hands out in front. And from here, we want to keep both hips stacked on top of each other. We're going to inhale to reach up. And then as we exhale, we're going to come back and just go as far as you can. So what we don't want to do, we're going to inhale to come back to the center, exhale, come back hand to hand. So inhale to come up, exhale to go back. Now what we don't want is that top hip moving back. So we want to keep the knees like glued together and squeezed together. And I want you to imagine that that top hip is pushing forward as your arm goes back. So you get a really nice rotational stretch through the chest, through the upper back. Inhale and exhale to come back. I love this stretch. This is like one of my absolute favorites. And if you're feeling really immobile, particularly through your upper spine, I don't know if anyone's moving enough through lockdown, then this is a great one to do. Two more here. And then we're going to swap sides. I think I hear the baby. We were so close to getting a full session. And then we're going to change sides. So flipping over to the other side. What have I got? 9 minutes. 9 minutes. So coming again, 90 degrees with both knees out in front. So 90 degrees laying nice straight back, good positioning. So your head is in line with your shoulders, shoulders in line with hips, and then you've got your feet out in front and hands resting on hands. Anybody else's toddler take over their mat when they're trying to exercise? Inhale to come up, exhale, reaching back. Inhale to come back. Exhale, center. So inhale up, exhale to go back. Remembering that top hip, as we go back, that top hip is pushing forward. Inhale up, exhale back. Keep going. I'll just go get the baby. Okay, thank you. You're wonderful. Yeah, coming. All right, last one there, gang. And then we're going to come onto our backs. So what I want you to do is lie down flat. So come to a seated position if you want to. We're going to lie down. So you're going to roll down and get comfy. Can you move, please? Can you move back, please?
No.
Move your pillow.
No.
I need to be on the camera. Move now, please. I can't wait. I'm going to get some editing software so I can edit these videos so that I can not have disruptions when I post recordings. So we want that neutral spine. Shoulders relaxed down away from the ears. You want the head nice and neutral. Feet hip width apart. Knees hip width apart. We're just going to go into our leg floats. We're going to inhale to bring one knee up. We want to tuck our pelvis and flatten our lower back. Take a deep breath. That was the inhale. On the exhale, we're going to bring second leg up. Inhale, one leg down. Then exhale the second leg down. Then we go again. We inhale to lift one leg, tucking that pelvis under, flattening that lower back, really using that lower part of our abdominals as we exhale to lift second leg. Inhaling one down. Exhale the second. This time, if you're comfortable, you can stay with that. If you want to, you're going to bring both legs up to tabletop. And instead of lowering them down, you're only going to lower one. So you're going to exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Then you're going to do the other side. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. And nice and strong. I'm annoying you. So really focused on that lower back, keeping that nice and flat. If you are strong enough and you want to do both legs can go down, lifting back up. But that's all dependent on that lower back. If you start to feel like your lower back is sinking into the floor, like your pelvis is sinking and you're starting to arch, then it's too much. Go back to the previous level. It's better to do the previous level right and with good form than it is to go to that other level and struggle. We're going to take the feet back down to the floor, hip width apart. We're going to take our hands by our side, relax the shoulders down away from our ears. We're going to tuck our chin. We're going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to lift the chest, reach the hands down towards the heels. Inhale to relax. So coming into that abdominal curl. So if you've got any abdominal separation, these are good to do, but we want to make sure that we're pulling the belly in. So they're not as good for your pelvic floor, but they're great for any abdominal separation if you do have any. If you want to make it more pelvic floor safe, you walk your feet out a little bit. You're going to tuck your pelvis up. So you're going to tilt your pubic bone to your belly button, holding strong through that lower part of your abdominals. And you're going to still lift the same, but it's a little bit more pelvic floor friendly if you do have any issues. I'm a massive fan of pelvic floor health, if you haven't noticed. And if your neck's getting sore, you can take one hand behind your head, just rest the head in your hands, reaching up, coming down. We're going to do two more. Last one here.
Hey, you like?
You get out of her face, please. Can you get out of her face, please? Thank you.
I want to.
And then from here, we're going to come our right foot on top of our left knee, right knee out to the side, and we're just going to come into a hip stretch. So we inhale to go one side, and then we exhale the change. And it's just really nice to open up the hips, stretch out that lower back. It's a good tummy time exercise too. Anyone with babies, they can sit on you. One more to each side. And then let's take that left foot on top of that right knee. Left knee out to the side, really opening up through the hips. Doesn't want to sit. Inhaling to go across. I need to go the other side. Exhale to go the other way. So you might be getting a few cracks through your lower back. Yes, Lachlan, I need to go back.
No.
You're not funny. Let go. Get off.
No.
Let go. Lachlan, get
I didn't
off.
want to cuddle.
I know. Get off me. Thought 9 o'clock would be a better time. We made it through most of the session, but the toddler wanted to play today. All right, let's come up to a seated position. And we'll finish with some neck stretches. So coming seated position, you can sit on a pillow, a cushion to elevate your hips a little bit if you get sore hip flexors. What we're going to do is bring our shoulders back and down, tuck our chin, and then tilt our head across to the side. And as you tilt your head across, I want you to really drop the shoulder down. Taking those deep breaths in and out.
Are we done?
Not yet. 2 more minutes. And then turn the head to the side. Take the hand behind, dropping down. And then coming back to center. Again, just reset your shoulders, pull them back, drop them down, and then we're tilting to the other side. Really? Did you just throw her dummy? Tilting the head to the side. Sorry, baby. Really make sure you're trying to push that shoulder down away from your ear. So you're getting that really nice stretch all the way down into your shoulder. We're going to turn the head to the side. Take the hand behind, drop down. And then last one, if you can, take both hands behind your head, tuck the chin around the spine and just drop down to stretch all the way down the back of your neck, all the way down your spine. And then coming back up, just give the shoulders a nice little roll, give everything a little bit of a shake. Feel free to do any other stretches that you want to do. We're going to stop our recording. Let me just put you there. Little miss, little chicken.